Alrighty, you bunch of meatballs. You guys ready for another classic diecast review? I sure hope, because today we're reviewing a car that, if you can't tell by the hint of what I just said right there in the intro, is going to be on this guy right here. Good old meatball head. This is Boris said's 2005 Team Centrix, not Team Centric, like, Austin Centric. Team Centrix, Chevrolet Monte Carlo for, ironically, Centrix Racing. This is a really cool car that I picked up for only $3, which is, I think, is a steal, man, because, this is a very obscure car, and I remember playing this game in, like, NASCAR, was it 06, I think? I think it was NASCAR 05 and NASCAR 06. I want to say 06, and Total Team Control, and goodness gracious, man, the memories I have. Oh, my God, this thing is so obscure that it's freaking awesome. But I got this at one of the Gypsy tents at Dover, and it was something, man. I mean, I thought this thing was $5, but heck, for some reason this thing was $3 because Boris said, one of the OG road course ringers. And my God, this thing is something else, man. I mean, but let's go and kick off the diecast review and the official unboxing of the Boris said 2005 Team Centrix car. Alrighty, guys, we got this diecast out of box, and man, this is a very unique looking paint scheme, guys. But I will say right off the bat, a lot of people are like, yeah, what's going on with that number placement right there with that 36? It definitely looks like it's a little skewed off to the left, but that's how the car was, because as you can see right there, Team Centrix, which I believe this is actually basically a rebranding, I believe, of what was known as like MB2 Motorsports and Gin Racing. So yeah, I mean, Centrix was like a financial sponsor, and they decided to come on board and fund this car, so that's why they call it Team Centrix. But he's basically teammates with Scott Riggs, and the 01, the 10 car of Scott Riggs back in 2005 before he went to Everham, and yeah, and then the whole merger happened in 2007 with DEI, and then I think that was the rest right there. That's how we know the 14 waste management car of Sterling Marlin and all the DEI guys, and Michael Waltrip's 55 Napa. So, yeah, I mean, there was a lot of weird mergers and partnerships that happened along the way with this team, but this one right here was very unique. As you see right there, it is a Team Caliber car because it has the headlights, but not the tail lights. That's one thing a lot of people get turned off about these Team Caliber diecasts. And the bulky chassis, of course, as well, but and barely any sponsorships when it comes to like what the pillars and the front sides of the cars. But you know what, man? I mean, still looks pretty cool. You can see right there, there's the U.S. Army sponsorship of Valvoline because those were his teammates, so they had some side sponsors right there. But it's a very unique car with a nice gradient to it. You got like blue right here with the orange, with these little orange stripes right here that just stick out. I mean, it's very basic, but it's kind of cool. I mean, Boris said, I think, drove this for like a few races in 2004, and then I believe he ran another 9 more races, I think, even including a top 5 finish, guys, at Watkins Glen in 2005. I think he finished 3rd, so that was the only time he had a good run. But I think we all know Boris said from the 2011 incident with at Watkins Glen when he freaking called, in the post-race interview, he called freaking, what's his name, Greg Biffle a chump, and I'm going to go beat his ass or something like that. I remember that interview, I was like, damn, dude, I mean, whew, you done pissed off the meatball head, I tell you what. And the reason why I call him that is because, I mean, just, and I apologize that I am now going to, like, I don't know, like, ruin your guys' life and childhood now, but look at Boris's head. I mean, come on, doesn't it not look like one? I mean, come on, just for shits and giggles, guys. But yeah, the number placement, guys, like, see, it does look funky and odd, but I think they did that so you can see the C for Team Centrix. I almost want to say Team Centric, how Elio Castroneves says it with, Roger Penske and all the boys back in the shop, Team Centric. But now it's Team Centrix. Goodness gracious. I knew that was going to slip one of these days because I'm a big IndyCar fan too. But it would be kind of funny if Austin Cindric drove this car. Austin Cindric and the Team Cindric car, goodness gracious, that'd be quite of a PR nightmare right there. Because you get confused. Is it Cindric or Centrix? Or Centrix, yeah, that's what's called, Centrix. But, yeah, I mean, it's a unique car. I mean, it's definitely obscure to say the least. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've been saying that word a lot lately. Like, is it, Brian? Is it really? But, I do remember this car probably just because of the NASCAR video games that we had from EA Sports back in the day. I mean, this one just really caught my eye. When I saw this, I was like, wait a minute, they made a diecast of this? No way. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people are probably going to get turned off at just how that number is. It's a little more skewed to the left. It's not perfectly centered, but you know what, man? This is a one-of-a-kind diecast, guys, and especially with guys like Boris said. And more importantly, how about Boris said making a comeback, guys? As you guys know, he ran the Xfinity Coda race drive the number 13, like MBM Motorsports. So I thought that was pretty cool. He didn't really had a good run, but he came out of retirement and decided to drive, and hell, man, I mean, that was cool. I mean, I'm sure he wanted to race at a track like Coda because, Boris said it's known being a road course ringer like all those other guys, like Ron Fellows and, like so many other great road course ringers that I could just name on top of my head. But, Boris said was one of them. Max Pappas, just goodness gracious, man. I that's something I miss. We got all these road courses now. I mean, we do got road course ringers, but none of them don't really stand out like we had with Boris said and all these other ones. But just hoping we get more road course ringers in the future because I kind of miss that. That's what make the road courses a little unique. You had guys who are meant to, drive on these types of tracks because they have so much experience. And Boris said was definitely one of them for certain. And it finally paid off for him because you remember that thrilling finish in 2010 at the Montreal race, which, by the way, I miss Montreal. NASCAR needs to go back to that, but with how Canada's borders are just now opening up due to the pandemic, I don't really know how it's going to happen. But Montreal was such a great track, man. And seeing Boris said getting it done in 2010 in that Zaxby's 09 car, oh my God, that was something. I think I was like one of the closest finishes that we've had for Xfinity for the Nationwide Series during that time. I think it was like the second closest finish that we had in NASCAR history. So I thought that was cool because, it was a photo finish between him and Max Pappas, and man, that was just so damn cool. But, this paint scheme might look too basic, but like I said, it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, this diecast is very unique, and I'm glad to have this in my collection, and still can't believe I paid $3 for this. I mean, I thought this thing would have a lot more value to it because, lots of people might not remember this car. Who knows? Maybe you guys probably did, but I certainly do, and really glad to have this in my collection. Just a very nice choice, and I'm glad to see Boris said came back to race. And I don't know, he does say he does want to run a few more races probably, but heck, that's the whole point of retirement, buddy. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this diecast review of the Boris said 2005 Team Centrix Chevrolet Monte Carlo for Team Centrix. And yeah, comment, subscribe, and this has been OBB, the diecast news guy. Thank you guys for watching this diecast review. Until we meet again, I will catch you guys on another one very shortly.